Orlando starts now with breaking news.
And we do start with breaking news out of the top this morning. News out of Ukraine. Gunshots heard near the government quarters in Kyiv overnight. Homes and businesses also left in ruins after Russians did attack the city overnight. The President Zelensky begging foreign nationals for assistance, saying he and his family are Putin's top targets.
And Belarus satellite images showing the movement of Russian military vehicles. This is about 42 miles from the Ukrainian border, about 6 miles outside of Poland. The images are coming hours after President Biden warns that Putin wants more than just Ukraine.
And here at home, Americans rallying for peace, showing support for the Ukrainian people, including here in Central Florida. We're hearing how they feel about the war in Eastern Europe.
Fox 35 does have team coverage this morning. Randy Hildreth is in studio. She's breaking down local reaction to the unrest. Amanda McKenzie is live at CPAC this morning, hearing from some conservative lawmakers about the invasion. Thanks so much for being with us on a very busy Friday morning. I'm Amy Caulfield.
Amy, good to see you this morning. I'm Ryan Elijah. I think that's what most people wake up this morning to see what took place overnight. We're going to catch up on that. And now let's focus on the weather. It's been warm all week, and it looks like it might continue into the weekend.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey, yeah, Ryan, beach plans, outdoor plans. I mean, get it done. It is going to be gorgeous all across the land, from the beaches into the interior of Central Florida. Let's jump into our live cam of the moment. Be our Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach cam, 62 degrees. The air is calm. The weather is sweet. We got a look here from Cedar Key to Ocala to Gainesville, all the way over to the Atlantic side, beachfront communities and counties. Nothing wrong with this picture, at least in my mind. It is beautiful out there right now, though. We do have some dense fog kind of lurking now over the northeastern counties. We're doing okay on the other side there near Cedar Key. So if you're heading out on a fishing charter, going to get out into the Gulf today or leaving out of that area, you look okay overall. We've had some issues with sea fog offshore all week long there, but okay right now. The zero on the visit, Kissimmee, Melbourne now sporting about a 10-mile visibility. Let's take hour by hour. Let's head over to beautiful Winter Garden, right? Nice town you have there. And you've got some mid-upper 80s in play today. It's going to be a toasty, roasty day. We've got high temps soaring into those 80s for you, with 86 at Gainesville, 87 Orlando, near record territory for some. We'll talk more about that, what it means to the weekend and beyond, coming up with a look at future weather here in Central Florida and the full forecast. That's all for now. Let's talk about the roadways. Skyfox traffic live, westbound, eastbound lanes of I-4 looking mighty fine now. Peachy, in fact, with eastbound lanes of 4 from Sand Lake Road to downtown. That's an 8-minute drive time at this time. Back to you.
Jamie, thanks for following the latest details out of Ukraine this morning. President Biden set to meet with NATO leaders today, trying to solidify plans to hold Russia accountable.
Yeah, all this taking place as Russian forces are closing in on the capital of Kyiv overnight. The early morning brought the sounds of explosions all over the city. So U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken saying that Kyiv, quote, could be well under siege in what officials call a brazen attempt by Putin to install his regime. It's really a question of when, not if, for many people. Experts say around 4 this morning, Russian spies were seen just 3 miles outside of the city. Police were also seen warning locals not to leave a subway station because of nearby gunfire. In a plea to world leaders, the President Zelensky begging other nations to offer powerful assistance, saying those who do not help now could be dragged into the war tomorrow. Meanwhile, Ukrainians, they are trying to lift one another's spirits with their national anthem as well. Of course, ringing out of pro-peace demonstrators in the Donetsk region there.
A Ukrainian baritone who recently performed at the Royal Opera House burst into heartfelt song on the streets of London at a similar rally. The national anthem played in Kyiv's Maiden Square as the invasion began. The translation of the song means Ukraine is not lost yet. Well, many people in Central Florida are either from Ukraine or maybe they still have loved ones who live there.
Yeah, just imagine the nerves they're experiencing. They're watching in horror as bombs fall throughout their home country. And Randy Hildreth live in studio with their reaction this morning. Tough times for them, Randy.
Certainly, you guys hit the nail right on the head, that sense of helplessness. That's what a lot of people were telling us when we attended a rally last night. Helplessness as they are watching what is unfolding in their home country miles away, thinking about their family, thinking about their friends who are there right now. Again, many showed up at a rally at Lake Eola Thursday night. This is video of that rally. You can see more than 100 people attended the event, standing in solidarity with Ukraine. They were singing, also praying for some. They felt that is all that they can really do right now as they watch and just in shock at what is unfolding.
Our people have strong faith, so if difficult time, they always turn to God, speak with God, and God has always listened to our nation, our people.
And some of the people we spoke to say that their families have nowhere to go as they watch Russia move in with such force. We've shown you video where people are hunkered down in subway stations until they can figure out what's next. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we will continue to bring you the very latest in reaction from our area. Ryan, Amy.
Randy, thanks. Somebody just in shock that this unraveled so quickly there. We do continue our team coverage with Amanda McKenzie. She is joining us live at CPAC this morning. And Amanda, obviously a lot of issues being discussed there, but Ukraine on the front of everyone's mind.
Absolutely, and many Republican lawmakers and leaders are weighing in on the crisis in Ukraine following the Russian invasion. We are now inside the building for CPAC, and we understand that the doors will soon be opening in the 8 o'clock hour. Later on today, this morning rather, at 9 o'clock, we'll be hearing from Marco Rubio, and we expect him to also share his thoughts on the Russian invasion. Now, we do expect to hear from several Republican lawmakers. Just yesterday, we heard from Kimberly Guilfoyle, who was an advisor to former President Donald Trump, and she's putting the blame on President Biden, who is meeting with leaders of the G7 and announcing sanctions against Russia.
President Trump's philosophy was peace through strength. Biden's is chaos through weakness.
This is a dangerous moment for all of Europe, for the freedom around the world. Putin has committed an assault on the very principles that uphold the global peace.
President Biden has since announced sanctions for the owner of the Nord 2 pipeline, which connects Russia and Germany. He has vowed to build clean energy infrastructure in the United States and nix the XL pipeline plans, citing climate change concerns. President Biden says it will still take time before these measures have an impact on Putin's decision-making. Coming up, I'll have more reaction from Republican lawmakers here at CPAC. Reporting live in Orange County, Amanda McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Amanda, thank you. The invasion is impacting a number of global events this morning. Sources say the championship soccer game for Champions League will be played in Paris instead of St. Petersburg. Ukrainian officials have also asked all Russian clubs to be banned from international competitions. Meanwhile, organizers of the Eurovision Song Contest facing backlash this morning after announcing Russia will still be allowed to compete despite the invasion. Organizers say the event is, quote, non-political, but they will monitor the situation. Well, economists are predicting the global impact of the war won't take too long to hit America in our pocketbooks. Ryan breaking down right now what some of that means for you this morning, Ryan.
Yeah, Amy, we can all expect a number of issues. If you've noticed, even the last week, your 401k is taking a shot already as the market reacts to the invasion. Another hard hit is going to be the gas pump. It's almost inevitable. A lot of our oil comes from Russia. Buyers are staying away from it because of possible incoming sanctions, certainly driving oil prices up, though we did see them pull back about $7 from $100 a barrel yesterday. Experts predict the national average, though, is going to jump to $4 a gallon fairly soon. In California, prices expect to hit $5 a gallon there. For some, they say experts, the best help is obvious. Cut down on as many trips as you can. Shopping around is the best way to find the price on your favorite groceries also during inflation, but it also burns a lot of gas. Instead, they say stick to one store and find cheaper substitutes. Now, those gas prices, they're going to go up even more if the president imposes tougher sanctions on Russian oil. However, in a speech Tuesday, the president saying he will do what he can to keep the price of gas down. Of course, Europe very involved in this, and they're also very tied to those gas prices, Amy.
All right, Ryan, thanks. And you can count on Good Day Airline to bring you continuing coverage of Russia's invasion of Ukraine all morning long. During commercial break, you can find the latest headlines on our website, fox35orlando.com. Well, the teenager accused in several violent road rage incidents is behind bars this morning, and he will remain there until he goes to trial. The judge decided to hold Emmanuel Bullard in jail after hearing from some of his accusers. Those witnesses described what it was like to be shot at.
Like he was shooting, like he got up a little bit and then he went to shooting back to my car. Like, I know you see my baby in this car.
When you heard the gunshot and the gunfire, what were you thinking?
My 5-year-old could be hit. My 17-year-old could be hit. My wife was screaming bloody murder. She was upset. She was hysterical. And my 5-year-old started crying. And so I was slowing down to turn off. I was feeling my children's legs, looking at their bodies, making sure they weren't bleeding.
Emmanuel Bullard set to appear in court on March 7th. World leaders are preparing harsher sanctions now against Russia.
Yeah, why some companies here at home are also preparing for that. We'll take a closer look. And new COVID guidance expected from the CDC today. But Florida's governor jumps a step ahead, creating new rules also. We're going to talk about that. We check in right now with Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
Ryan, we've got so much sunshine, we could sell a boatload to Seattle today. There's a lot of sun. See it here behind me on the rise. Great Friday ahead, though. The trend to warm weather is about to end, and fairly soon. We'll tell you about that coming up in your full forecast and Sky Fox Traffic 2 live for you after this. Stay with us.